let's
enough.
do some watch this, boys.
Boys, there were some comments where people were congratulating us for finally changing the name of the segment.
Not one person complained ever.
I got a couple of complaints, but it'd be like one a year.
I did not receive a single complaint, not even a mild complaint, not even like, did you ever think about changing the name?
It's fine.
I blame the audience, is what I'm saying.
I would say like maybe once a year, and I'd be like, well, if only one person's complaining.
And it was your mom.
Yeah, well, my mom complains about everything I do.
A lot of complaints.
She does not like me.
But she loves Watch This Boys now.
She does. I was going to say, but she loves Cheapy and Shipwreck.
Yeah, Ty, I guess, had the complaint. Or somebody. Yeah. I don't know, Sabrina? So I don't know. Anyway, a lot of stuff. We watched a lot of stuff.
Okay.
I finished Queen's Gambit.
And?
It was very good.
That last episode I found to be very satisfying.
I didn't quite understand. I don't think they the ending was a little weird. I get it. But I enjoyed it a lot. I can't really complain. And the actress is delightful who plays.
Yes. Anna Taylor-Joy.
Yep. That's her name.
Yep. She's a joy.
I guess. How do you know all these things?
Because I know who she is.
How?
Because she was in what was that movie? The M. Night Shyamalan movies. She was in Split and Glass, and she's in the New Mutants.
Those are
she's in the Witch.
All right.
Sorry.
You know things.
Did you watch all these movies?
I watched most of Split. I watched Glass, which was bad. And I never made it. I can't watch The Witch. No, I don't think I could make it through that movie.
Yeah, Queen's Gambit was really good. Yeah, I enjoyed that a lot. Netflix, Ship, you're missing out, man. It's only
I'm not at all. I'm enjoying my life.
Man. $18 a month. Come on in.
Great. That's $18 a month I can spend on something else stupid. I have not missed Netflix once since I got rid of it.
There's a lot of options. There's so many options now. It's like you got streaming services coming out of your ass now. Like anybody could get rid of one or two and be fine.
I find Netflix to be a little disappointing, in general. But my wife likes Netflix a lot, so it doesn't matter what I think.
I just don't need that much content.
There's a lot of content.
To be honest,
angles, yeah.
I have Apple. Which Apple is limited on content, which I'm good with, right?
You're happy, actually. You're telling them to slow down the content.
Yeah, good. I don't need to figure out what I need to watch. I guess I'm watching these shows because this is what is on here. And Disney is Disney, right? It's what I expected on there.
What you need.
Yeah, Disney Plus is not disappointing because it's exactly what I thought it was going to be. Also, I haven't paid for it yet, so
that's fun.
It's hard to be disappointed with something you haven't paid for.
Speaking of Disney Plus, we started watching maybe I mentioned it. We started watching new episodes of The Simpsons I think a month or two ago. And we've watched we haven't finished the whole current season or whatever's available there, but we've watched maybe 10 episodes or so. The quality is really good. Overall, the quality is really good. A lot of big laughs. Did you know that Pete Holmes wrote a double episode that he stars in? You did know that. Of course you knew that. Wombat's shaking his head for people who aren't watching. We watched that one.
I feel like Wombat has not seen the episode.
He plays the cool pastor who replaces Lovejoy.
Did you watch it?
The whole thing. Yeah.
Okay, you watched it. Yeah, I mean, that was pretty good. I mean, that wasn't the funniest
I will say that's
but...
one of the few I watched.
Bro, you like Pete Holmes.
Yeah, I was like, oh.
Oh, bless you,
Look at that, you made me sneeze.
Why?
I don't know. Because you're mean to me all the time.
I want to do it again.
Because you hurt my feelings.
How can I do that again?
Hurt my feelings again, I guess.
Yeah. What were we talking about?
I don't know.
I watched, we rented a movie called Red Penguins, which I think just came out. We actually paid for that. So probably a lot of people are going to not be interested, but this is very interesting. This is a sports movie, so pay attention, Shipwreck. Sports documentary.
I figured this was just about killing penguins because that seemed like that was more up your alley.
No, this is really cool. So this is, I'm a hockey fan. I didn't even know this happened. In the early, I guess in the 90s, for 7 or 8 years in the 90s, right at the fall of the Soviet Union, the Red Army, the world famous Red Army hockey team, the best in the world hockey team, like the whole rest of the country, was falling apart. No money, the whole country was just in lawlessness, poverty. It was a crazy time in the country, and everything was falling apart, and the hockey team had no money. So the owners of the Pittsburgh Penguins made a deal with the Russian government that they would become 50-50 partners in the Red Army hockey team. And they sent a guy over there to, like, a marketing guy to try to get Russians to come and watch hockey games again, because they were like squatters living in the stadium. Like, there was nothing, everything was a disaster. And it's a crazy story that, I mean, there's strippers. There was a strip club in the stadium. It's crazy. It's called Red Penguins. We watched it with Ty. It's a little intense. I wouldn't go any younger than 13 because there's Russian mafia.
There's a stripper club in the stadium.
Yeah, but it doesn't get there's one brief scene where they show, like, some women in underwear. Titties. There might be some titties. But more than that, there's Russian mafia, and there can be some intense with the killings and whatnot. So Red Penguins, very entertaining documentary on, I think we rented it on Amazon Prime. That's where we got it. Mrs. Chibi found it.
Okay.
And it's short, 80 minutes, which I crave these days. Like, a movie you can just bang out before dinner. Like, beautiful. That's Red Penguins. Wombat, I know you watched this one. This is on Netflix. Enola Holmes.
Yes, I did watch
You talked
that.
about that on the show.
Mm-hmm.
That was just okay, I felt.
Yeah, it takes too long to get where it's going. Does that make sense?
I don't know. Like, I mean, I want to do spoilers on Enola Holmes.
I don't know. I think you could do spoilers on it. Let's ask the chat room. Does anyone care?
In the meantime, I got worried in the first 5 minutes of the movie when the world's greatest detective does not recognize his own sister, who's not even in a disguise or anything, just like hasn't seen her in a few years.
I think, well, he just hasn't seen her in a few
But
years.
he's Sherlock Holmes, and
Yes.
he's the guy that
think
meets
he
a
actually-
stranger and says, "Oh, you live by yourself. You have 4 cats, 2 dogs. You went to school in California and all that."
I think that's the whole point, is that he's the world's greatest detective, and he just doesn't. He's oblivious to what's going on with his family.
I see. He was invisible to her. Okay, you know what? You know what? It was deeper than I gave it credit for.
I think that's what they were going for,
He's
whether you
invisible.
got it or
She's
not.
Invisible. Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. The other thing. So her mom, Enola Holmes' mom, right? This is a spoiler.
Yes.
Spoiler coming up. She's a radical terrorist.
Sort of.
Yes, radical terrorist.
She's a
But
suffragette.
radical terrorist making bombs,
She wants to
gonna blow shit up.
She wants to destroy the patriarchy. Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all for the movies where, like, you got like the gender swap movies or showing like the strong female characters. Like, I love that shit. I'm all about that.
Ghostbusters.
I mean, I like it when that was fine. It wasn't good. It was
That's not even that big a spoiler, by the way.
okay. Yeah, I mean, what is really? I don't know.
I liked her though, Enola Holmes. Whatever.
Millie Bobby Brown.
Yeah, I liked her. I thought her and the boy, like,
It's cute, very cute. It was a cute movie.
They did a cute. They were both very cute.
It was
together.
cute. I just didn't. I was like, oh, wait a minute. We're doing this thing now where Sherlock Holmes doesn't even recognize his own sister. That's how far we're swapping things. Like, Sherlock Holmes just sucks now. And
No,
his
because he
sister is
doesn't
the
suck.
best. Right, I get it. She's invisible to him. I get it.
She's-
Okay,
but
it's a great
once-
movie. 5
But
stars.
once she's, this is why I say it takes too long to get where it's going.
Right,
Once she's on the case,
right,
and then he's on the case,
right.
and those two roads converge, I find that's where the movie becomes interesting.
Okay.
But yeah,
Enough Enola Holmes. I think we
it's
talked
enough
about it
Enola
too
Holmes.
much.
Yes, yeah, I did watch the Belushi documentary on Showtime. It's not music, or is that music? Because he was a blues brother. I don't
Right.
know. Does that count?
It counts.
Does that count? That's interesting. It's all done based off of the guy who made the documentary was originally going to write a book or a series of articles. He never quite explains it, but he did a whole bunch of phone interviews with friends of John Belushi. Some of them are people that are no longer with us. Like did extensive conversations with Harold Ramis and other, like everyone and anyone, Chevy Chase, everyone who's ever had any interaction with John Belushi, he interviewed, and he cut those interviews into a documentary that's like half animation and lots of photos. And it's interesting if you want to know about the life of John Belushi, like where his mind was, what it was like growing up.
How much cocaine he went through?
A lot of cocaine he went through, and then when he cleaned himself up and what that was like, and then
Less cocaine.
Yeah, less cocaine. He lost a lot of weight, and then he went off the wagon and everything that
More
he tried
cocaine.
to do. Yes, yeah, and it was interesting.
B. Wooster in the chat says, "Does Wombat work or just watch stuff? You can do both
I mean,
at the same time."
I watched Belushi on a Sunday afternoon.
You could be working then.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not allowed to take a Sunday afternoon and watch a movie.
What was that called? What was that called?
Belushi.
It's just called Belushi?
Just called Belushi.
Easy to remember title.
And that's on the Showtime.
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Did you watch this week's Mandalorian?
I did watch this week's Mandalorian.
Yeah.
I know you hated it.
I didn't hate it. I did not hate it.
I watch it and I'm like, oh wow, Chiefy's gonna hate
but
this.
Why?
This
Why? Tell me why.
Hate.
I'm saying right now I did not hate it, but you tell me why.
Because it was everything you hate about the Mandalorian.
I don't hate
it. It had convenience, which is like by the way, for those who want to know, Cheapy's biggest sin in anything is convenience.
Yes.
He hates that. That's if you're writing a movie and you want Cheapy to like it, don't make it be like, oh, we're never gonna get out of here unless someone had a key, and then like a key falls on someone's head. Cheapy's out. Cheapy's out of your movie.
Well, I think everybody would be out. That sounds pretty dumb.
But I'm just like, we're trying to think of an example.
That's all right.
I hear what you're saying, but
it's watchable.
But my point.
Oh, how's the Mandalorian gonna get out of this corner? There's no way unless someone landed a spaceship right where he is. He's screwed.
I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying any of that. I'm not saying any of that.
And then out walks. Basically, it's like childhood nostalgia. Just opens the door.
All I said last week was that the Mandalorian makes bad decisions. It was in counter to you not liking the last.
Yes.
What was it? The last apprentice.
The last flight attendant. The flight attendant.
I'm making my own shows up on the fly.
I know.
And he does. Will you admit that the Mandalorian, that Mando makes bad decisions? Yes or no?
Oh yeah, no, he does.
Thank you. That's all
I
need.
think he makes bad decisions. I'll even justify it. I'll try to justify it. I'm not saying we're gonna do a good job, but I'll try because it's fun. How old do we think he's supposed to be? What, 40? That's
Sure.
how old? Yeah, let's say he's 40 years old.
Sure.
So he spent the last 38 years on his own, killing, doing bounties,
Tactical stuff.
really only having to worry about himself.
Yeah.
And now he's sort of in this bigger picture scenario. And I think that it's just out of his comfort zone. And when you're out of your comfort zone on such a large scale, it could lead to bad decision making.
You need to
just dumb.
That also
I'm trying. He also could just be dumb.
I mean, that's fine.
There's a lot of dumb people.
The Mandalorian.
He doesn't have to be smart.
That's the Mad Max, the Mad Magazine parody. The Mandalorian.
I don't know. It's fine. It's just whenever he makes a bad decision, it takes me out of the action. And they do such a good job of building the world there with this crazy technology that they use and everything. And the costumes are great. When they implement the aliens, it's all awesome. Except maybe with the one exception of it is the new episode and the Boba Fett, I guess we can call him.
That's rude.
He's pretty. I got a text from my friend Peter, and he was like, I don't understand. Like, they can't find a guy, like a body double or something, or they can't get the costume to fit right. Like, they have all this technology, and Ty was distracted by it. I personally don't care, but that was his appearance.
Too much Boba tea for Boba Fett.
Yeah, maybe. It was, I don't know. You feel he'd be like lean and mean, living in the desert, like doing nothing but like surviving, looking for his armor. But,
Jabba lives in the desert.
Who?
That's true.
Jabba.
Yeah, but he lives on a big yacht. just sitting around
The
getting
desert
fed
yacht.
things.
Yes.
Yeah, you know.
This is
But
the series of movies that you're fine with the giant slug that lives on the desert
Yeah,
yacht.
that's fine. Makes sense.
That makes sense.
That's fine. I mean, he'd be dried out, I guess, but he's got that thing next to him, to hydrate him or something, to feed him. I don't know. I just don't like when things don't make sense. That's all. And those robots, those slow ass fucking robots with the jetpacks. Come on. Anyway, it was fine.
I'm looking forward to watching all of this at some point.
And you will.
Let's move on.
You know what you could watch,
What?
Shipwreck?
What's that?
You can watch Godmothered on Disney Plus.
I watched that.
You did?
Uh-oh.
Nice. Well, I watched that as well because my wife said, I want to see this. So I said, okay, I guess we're going to see this.
Why was it so long?
That's the.
That movie felt like it was like 4 hours long.
At one point, I paused it because I'm like, what do we got? 10 minutes left in this thing? And I paused it and it said that there was 50 minutes left. And I jumped out of my own window.
Right. Every movie is at least 2 hours now.
Not on Disney though. Like it's funny because you and my son are the same, Wombat. He had us pause that movie 4 times just to see how much time was left.
I get it. I do that. I do. Yeah. Oh my God, that movie. And it's not that it's terrible. It's cute and what it is.
Yeah. It's 2 hours. It's over 2 hours long, right?
Yeah. It had to be, right? Oh, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
Right.
It was cute. It's not nowhere near like an Elf or something like that.
No, it's not even as good as Noelle.
No, it's not as good as Noelle.
Is it
Right.
better or worse than Mandalorian?
Worse.
Good. People do not like when you criticize Mandalorian, by the way.
I know.
I mean, it's Star Wars. You can just replace Mandalorian with any Star Wars.
I want to see another Christmas movie with Bill Hader in it. They dropped the ball at Disney. Noelle was much better. Because that one was also like an hour and 30 minutes too, right? Wasn't that one short?
It was on the shorter side, yeah. At least it wasn't up near the 2 hour mark.
Oh, that movie was ridiculous. That movie just was, yeah.
And I didn't hate it. It was just long.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't anything that was like, oh, this is absolutely awful. It was just like, why did they make this long?
Mm-hmm.
Like this section of what do we call this? Watch this, boys.
So long.
Why did they make this so long?
All we do now is watch stuff. What else are you gonna do? It's 30 degrees out. Can't go anywhere, do anything.
No, I know. That's the other thing. Like, where am I going? I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going outside. I'm not going to places.
We watched Saturday Night Live. That's how desperate we were.
I watch that every week.
It wasn't that good this week. Of course, Shipwreck just threw his arms up.
Who doesn't watch Saturday Night Live?
I don't understand where all these hours come from.
What do you mean?
He doesn't sleep.
You watch every show.
It's called Sunday. It's literally what
There's
we do
only
on
so many hours in a Sunday.
He wakes up at 2 a.m.
We wake up. I'm up at like 7. Usually Sunday mornings is usually when we try to go for a hike, and then we're usually back by like maybe 11.
Are you watching shows during the hike?
No, then we get back, and then I have like from 11 to like 11.
Wombat's driving home from the hike with the phone in his hands, like, oh shit, this is good. Oh man, Pete Davidson.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I didn't think it was a great SNL.
The funny thing is, I probably watch 0 TV Monday through Friday.
I don't believe you.
The only show that I watch Monday through Friday.
Call your son in here.
For a fact. The only show I watch Monday through Friday is The Masked Singer with Laura and sometimes Elliot.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, I watch. No, and that's not true. I usually will put something on as I fall asleep when I crawl into bed. But I don't really watch.
Do you
That's
believe
not
that?
watching.
Ship,
That's
do you
just
believe that?
I definitely believe that.
Like you believe
Yeah.
that there's something else that we're not.
I don't think Wombat can sleep without TV on.
I put the TV on and then for like a half hour and then I fall asleep.
Do you have a
That's usually
TV in your
about it.
bedroom?
Yes. Yeah.
Shipwreck
Yeah.
probably has 2 TVs in his bedroom.
Seriously.
He's
I have
counting
one. I have
them.
one TV, but that TV is like very rarely on ever.
I watch The Mandalorian. I watch with Elliot usually that evening, so like Friday night would be.
Are you counting it as not watching TV if you're watching it on like your computer?
No, like I work. I'm not watching anything during the day. So let's say from, I don't know, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. there's no TV watching. Then it's cooking dinner. Then I'll eat dinner. The TV will be on while I eat dinner. I will admit that. So there is that time.
You just told me you don't watch TV during the week, and then
I know. That's because I'm not.
you come up with
He
two-
forgot.
you come up with two
Yeah,
areas
that's-
which yes, you do watch TV. During
Yes,
the
I
week.
do. Yeah, but I'm not going out of my way. I'm not watching Saturday Night Live. It's just like the TV goes on. My wife puts on a Hallmark movie, and I'm just eating dinner. That doesn't count because that's not me choosing what we're watching. And then I'll actually.
I was about to put up a poll. Do you believe that Wombat only watches TV in the weekday? But you defeated the poll as I was typing it out.
And then when my wife leaves the room, I stop watching TV, and that's usually when I'm playing a game until I crawl into bed.
We get it.
And
You
then
like
that's
TV.
it. But I'm
it's
not
fine.
like.
It's fine.
But none of the stuff we talked about, I watched during the week. That was the point I was making.
Understood.
Yeah. Does that make sense?
This is like Ty when I ask him if
Oh my God,
if he
you
got
guys
any
could
grades
both,
back
you know
from
what?
his teacher.
You guys could both go to hell.
What do you mean?
You be unnecessarily mean.
Mean? I didn't do
I'm
anything.
not being mean at all with this.
Yeah. I'm just saying I don't watch this, like the stuff that we talk about on the show. I rarely ever watch during the week. It's usually not a weekday.
The main TV watching happens on the weekend. There's some
Weekends.
peripheral TV watching during the week because you can't avoid it because it's just on around you.
Exactly.
It's like background stuff.
Exactly. And I think that makes perfect sense.
I believe that 100%.
Yes.
Just
So-
let's gang up on Shipwreck though, because he still I think doesn't believe it.
Yeah, I'm like, don't
Oh,
go
no,
into your
I'm-
semantics nonsense. I'm just saying, like, I'm not like watching TV.
Right. I get it.
Yeah.
I'm with you, Wombat. I'm totally with you. I'm on Team Wombat, 100%.
Me too. I'm on Team Wombat too.
Right. I'm actually going to put
You're
you on
full of
top.
shit, Shipwreck.
He believes you now. Now,
Now that you've explained to me what doesn't count,
Mhm.
I got you. I believe you.
right. Right.